Welcome to the channel. This is Clarity Empress, the Empress of Clarity, here to bring you a collective energy reading for none other than my Clarity Empress Collective. Welcome to the Spiritual Lounge. I hope everybody is doing well. Please like, share, and subscribe to the channel. Make sure you ring that bell. That way you're notified anytime I come on. What's up, Collective? I missed y'all. I do. I have missed my people. I have missed y'all. Girl. Listen, I can't say girl. I gotta say y'all. I missed y'all. What's up, Queen Soul? How you doing? I think I'm going to have to try to come on earlier now. Today was a long day. This whole weekend gonna be long, but I think my goal is to come on earlier, like right after work or something, because I get to 8:30. If I lay down, talking about something, I'm gonna take me a nap. 9, 10 o'clock go by. I'm like, damn, I did not get up. What's up, Carmen? I cannot get up. I can't do it. So I said, you know what? I'm gonna have to switch up my time and start earlier. Not technically this is later than I wanted to start. So my goal is to start earlier, but then tomorrow is gonna be crazy. I have a barbecue to prepare for Saturday. Tomorrow is the agreed upon shopping day to get the remaining things, fresh ingredients like breads and stuff like that. And um then my kids have two major things going on in the evening, like, stuff that they cannot, it's like mandatory things. So I was like, how in all the world everything falling on that day? But gotta do what I gotta do. What's good? What's good in the hood? So yeah, I had to come on earlier, a little bit earlier than normal. So I'm glad y'all here, and I think I must work on getting earlier and earlier. That way I can go straight to bed, cause child, woo. And this weekend gonna be hectic for me and Black Cherry. To be honest with you, I know I ain't doing nothing on Saturday. Friday I could, but Saturday not at all. Possibly Sunday, depending on how I recover. I'm laughing, but shit ain't funny. I be tired. I be beat. Now I gotta turn around and deal with them kids. You know what I'm saying? All right, so I appreciate y'all coming. Make sure you ring that bell. That way you're notified when I come on. All right. All right, Spirit, give me a message for the collective. Now listen, you know, this is a time to choose peace season. It's just time. There's somebody in your energy that keeps popping up in these readings, and many of you, I would say many of you, I can't speak for everybody, are unbothered. You know what I'm saying? They are unbothered and comfortable on your throne or whatever in your bed, in your job, in your whatever you're doing, you're comfortable. And somebody's uncomfortable with you being comfortable. That's what I was getting. Somebody is uncomfortable with you being comfortable. And that is why they keep staying in your energy. But this is somebody like the thumbnail. You walked away and chose peace for yourself. And sometimes we just have to.
They're sure enough to keep you close.
Sorry. I don't know why this won't let me.
They say
pause.
they're just unsure, but they're sure enough to keep
Let
you
me
close.
say this.
Sure enough to benefit from your
The universe must
softness,
want
from
me
your
to play this
generosity,
video,
from
so
your
listen
giving.
up.
Just not sure enough to commit to it. Mixed signals aren't confusion, they're comfort zones. They leave the door cracked just wide enough to keep you waiting, but never wide enough to walk through. Stop making excuses for people who communicate through silence. Stop decoding texts that never come. Stop calling patterns potential. If someone wanted you, you'll know. If someone respected you, you wouldn't have to ask. You're not asking for too much. You're just asking someone incapable of depth to swim. Choose peace over performance. Choose clarity over crumbs. Choose you, even when they don't. They say they're just.
I don't know. I guess that was forced on. I couldn't even turn it off. So I can see these little black paws trying to get in here. What do you want? What do you want? Your man ain't downstairs, girl. All right, so we gotta choose peace. We gotta choose clarity. Hence the name, Clarity Empress. We got to choose clarity, y'all. People who keep you in that limbo energy that you don't know what they're gonna do next energy, like they play mind games, right? And they want you to be impacted by those mind games. Um, it's time to call it what it is. It's time to not only do you recognize what it is, but you have to choose the certainty of your life. What are you certain of? Okay, you may be certain of the income that you bring in. Okay. You're certain of the housing that you live in. You're certain of the car that you drive. You're certain of a few friends that are close to you. You're certain of certain family members. What you are certain of, not the people that leave you in an energy of, well, they said they was going to do it, but they didn't. They claim they love me, but what they show me is not. They want me to beg and chase for attention, but yet they act like they don't care. Remember, he said it's silence. You got to go with certainty. You got to go with clarity. If this person is giving you confusion, hot and cold energy, like I was listening to Steve Harvey one morning, and I think it was a strawberry letter. Although they be doing these little quick notes too, so I'm not really sure what it was. But anyway, it talked about how this woman was saying how her man has to leave her house at midnight, but yeah, he claimed he not with anybody else, but he got to be gone by midnight. When she asked him for certain things, he like meeting her family. He's like, no, no, not meeting her family. Her meeting his family. He's like, yeah, we could, basically table that. Not now. It's not time. Like they've been together a year, but it ain't time. He likes to go on holidays and vacations with them, but yet there's a strange woman in the picture. For example, Christmas, everybody wearing the same pajamas, but somebody who's not family was in that picture. She don't know who this was. Um, there's certain ways that people keep you at bay. Explain it away to where you may accept it, like, okay, that sounds reasonable. But after a while, got you questioning, like, well, what do they mean by that? Oh, or why is this still an issue? You know, that's the type of people you got to choose to walk away from it and leave them with whatever those mysteries are, those lies they didn't tell, or those secrets that they kept. You got to leave that behind. I feel like somebody who you keep walking away from, because I feel like for some of y'all, it's multiple times, kind of likes that cat and mouse chase with you. They kind of like that when you open the door and let them back in, or you open the door and come back in. Either way, they like it. more, Spirit. What? Spirit said refocus. So stop looking in the rear view at this person. Refocus. Somebody that can't come clean, can't be straight up with you, gives you crooked answers, you know what I'm saying? Leaves you unsure, right? Where you stand. There's nothing healthy about a relationship that will have you feeling unsure where you stand with that person. Or they just don't know how to express it either. That's another thing. Some people just they don't know how to express their energy or their emotions. They don't know how to show you. Spirit said, refocus your energy. Keep it. Yep. New direction. Confirmation. Keep going in that direction you've been going, y'all. I don't care how many times this person chasing you in this energy and want me and other readers to tell you about what they doing and what they want and I don't care what is going on. You keep going in that direction you're supposed to be going in. And if you're heading there already and you ain't looking back, because God forbid you look back, you turn into a pillar of salt. Keep it going. Yeah. This person wants to communicate now. But Spirit said, in the direction you're going in, you're going to meet somebody new that's going to communicate with you. So don't worry about what this person want to communicate in the hidden energy. Don't worry about what they trying to say and haven't said. Don't worry about it. You know those people. We all got them. Somebody in your life, live long enough. You're going to have somebody in your life that's giving you miscommunication or hidden communication or playing games. You're going to have it. They exist. Yep. Reinvention. That's them challenging. Like this person is not reformed or transformed. They're just trying to reinvent how they appear to you and others. Take that how it resonates, but the person is not healed. They're just trying to reframe what they look like to you. Tell me more, Spirit. Awakening. I heard you've already had your awakening, but this person is now in their awakening. Why? Because you've already moved on. You are choosing the peace that you require. This person didn't. So now, because they haven't transformed fully or reformed, they could be in that process, but they haven't. This person is in this reinvention. Like, well, let me get this new career going. You know what I'm saying? Then I can come back to the collective. Or let me get this new job or this new salary, that type of thing. Let me get this new car so I can flaunt to the collective or whatever. Let me go front like I'm happy with the collective. You know what I'm saying? They want to come to you with a different appearance, Spirit said, but they are the same person. They're going through an awakening because for many of you, none of that has worked or is working on you at all. It still got you with your back to them going a new direction. Bottom of the deck. Dark night of the yeah, this person going through the dark night of the soul. All their old tactics, Spirit said it's real old now. It's so old. It's worn out. It's old. You know what I'm saying? This person, they got you. It's like vampiric energy. They tired. They suck you dry with nonsense because they don't think straight or they don't think clearly. Tell me more about this refocus. Picture already been painted. I know that's right. I know that's right. I'm gonna play this guy. I like this guy. This is what they want. Spirits that they want you to return. They want you to come chase them. They want you to come for them. This person is very immature, childlike. This is a masculine energy. They don't know how to step up in their masculine energy. They want you to do it. Yeah, they want to give you a dirty offer or dark offer, something that you should not accept. Tell me more. I like this guy. His name is JJ Douglas. I found him on TikTok. Well, no, I didn't find him on. I found him on Twitter and then TikTok. Uh, some the Grok told me who he was. So, whew, hold on, y'all. Summertime clarity, fun. We in summer now where I'm at. So summertime, this person may want to communicate with you. But Spirit said you may be getting that new. Nope, that shit do not work. Metamorphosis. See what I'm saying? So some people, some of your people, are going through a transformation, a reform, but reinvention is here. So what it's given me is that this person has changed their clothes several times before they've gone through this metamorphosis, which they are currently struggling through. It's like when the butterfly or the moth is struggling through the chrysalis before they come out with their wings. This is the stage a person is in. So that's why they are not ready. They're going through an awakening. They just peeking through it, but they're not ready. You know what I'm saying? They're not fully formed. And, it doesn't require you to do anything. It doesn't require you to do anything. They have to work all of this out for themselves. Yeah. And they're awakening through the abandonment. So what I'm getting is that the more that you are not engaged with this person, the more they are awakening. The more you leave them alone, the more they see, the more they start to understand. Why? Because you're not giving your energy anymore. And so when this person had what they thought was your energy, what they thought was control in some way, they were comfortable with that. They were in their nine of cups energy, you know what I'm saying? Feeling like, yeah, I ain't gotta work for nothing. I don't need, the collective is always gonna show up for me until you didn't. And yep, until you didn't, and that's what sent them in the dark night of the soul. Your person is having a hard time reckoning with the fact that y'all are in separation, and this separation could be permanent, right? They want an unfinished business situation with you. They want to be able to come and go and play games in your energy. They like the back and forth or the push and pull of making up to break up type shit. But Spirit said you don't. That part is real old. You know what I'm saying? Oh my gosh. It gets to the point where you're like, how many times are you gonna do this? Hmm? What are you gonna sacrifice to have what you claim you want? Or how many times are you gonna do this? Also, there's like giving that I'm asking the questions because I'm the reader, right? But I'm not getting you asking the questions anymore. Which is why this person is having an awakening, because what is there to say? Like, what is there to ask? You already know. This person lies, love bombs, breadcrumbs, cheats, whatever those things are. You've experienced it with them. And you've experienced it with them in multiple cycles. And I'm just getting I'm done kind of energy. Like I'm not doing it no more. I can't. Yeah, bottom of the deck again. Destruction. You over it. You know what I'm saying? It's whatever you thought it was gonna be is a whole hot mess. Also, Spirit said this person is going through a whole hot mess. This is what they're experiencing right now. They going through a whole like destruction, tower moment in their life. Their life is being torn asunder. Okay, ripped apart. Destruction. But that is the piece that you chose, meaning you chose to keep it moving, to go with peace, to not accept that drama in your life, while this person is going through it. They got separation issues, abandonment issues, dark night of the soul. Like, yeah, it's hard for this person. I just heard it's hard out here for a pimp. But like, yeah, somebody is like their life is not the way they pictured it would be, is what I'm getting. There's some permanent changes that are appearing in their life right now. There's things being torn apart that they can't go back to. That's been their ongoing message, that things will never be the same. Whatever that is, things will never be the same. Take it how it resonates. I want to play another one of these videos. Let me know if you like him. I like him. I like him. Let me see. Oh.
You have to find peace in the echo, in the silence, in the apology that may never come. Because some people aren't capable of owning the harm they caused without collapsing the story that keeps them comfortable. But here's what we don't like to admit: we stayed too long. We explained too much. We saw the pattern, but we kept calling it a phase. We weren't just hurt, we were hopeful. And sometimes hope gets reckless. It'll have you patching up what God already told you to walk away from. It'll have you translating red flags into poetry. Yes, they were selfish. Yes, they weaponized your empathy, but you made yourself available to someone who only wanted access, not accountability. You offered grace like it was currency and forgot to pay attention to how much it was costing you. And that closure you're waiting for is just another delay in your healing. You keep chasing apologies from people who can't even face themselves in the mirror. They didn't change. You did. That's why it hurts now, because you're too awake to stay asleep in their version of reality. You weren't hard to love. You were just loyal in a place that required you to self abandon to survive. But here's the shift: you don't need revenge, you need responsibility. You need to reclaim the parts of you that ignored your own boundaries just to preserve the illusion of connection. You don't need them to circle back. You need to stop circling back to what drained you, because every time you revisit dysfunction, you teach your nervous system that chaos is home. Listen, some people will never be real with you, because being real with you means they have to be real with themselves. Let them go. Let them stay where they stopped evolving. And admit this: you stopped evolving too. Every time you lowered yourself to make them feel taller, but no more. That chapter doesn't need closure. It needs an exit, not in anger, but in clarity. Because that place they lost you, that wasn't your punishment. It was your permission. Leave. Not because they didn't change, but because you finally did. You have to find.
See what I'm saying? So that is spirit refocusing you. That is why you got new direction here. Spirit been told you to go a different way. And maybe, because that's in the past energy, so maybe you were reluctant to it, but you did it anyway. Okay? Spirit's sending you in a new direction that's going to make you happier. Exactly. That's why I would tell y'all about triggers, right? Our reactions demonstrate our triggers, right? So when a person does something to get us triggered, like they know how to say something, do something to piss us off, and we respond, we give away our power. We do. I had somebody do that online to me. They would say something slick with the anticipation of my reaction. And I used to react at first. And then I was like, and what am I doing? What am I doing? This is not communication, first of all. And I'm giving away my power by responding to somebody's foolishness. So I stopped. I stopped on a personal level. I stopped. I even stopped on a public level. A lot of times I don't, and that's somebody kicking me in my throat. So somebody didn't want me to say that. Oh well, truth is the truth. But I even stopped on a public level to the degree that I might speak my opinion on a post on social media. But if I get a troll that wants to go back and forth with me and speak nonsense, I won't entertain it. I won't give them. I might look at it and see what. Oh, okay, but they not going to get the fight that they're looking for, right? I'm not going to give them the energy drain that they're trying to take from me. But I had to learn it. I had to go through it a couple times and realize, oh, what am I doing? Mm-mm, mm-mm. No, 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 no. So I don't bother. I used to though. I used to match that energy at times. And now I'm like, eh, I don't have the time. I don't have the space. Like I'm a very direct person. So talking to me directly is your best bet. Getting me to respond in the way I used to because you knew that about me is a waste of energy. You wasting your time. You're gonna give yourself a headache hoping that I give you what you want. Mm-mm. Yeah, if you want me to be silent, then you can get that easy. I got that in space. But getting me to respond and get mad and get furious, what I'll do get is annoyed that you're trying. I get annoyed and that's enough. That's enough. Then I gotta put that energy away and just let that go. So, because I can't live my life pissed off and or annoyed at people because they want to be foolish. You want to be in heartbreak. We in separation for a reason, right? You know what I'm saying? We in separation for a reason. That's why I'm hearing y'all saying there's a reason for this separation, and your spirit guides guided you to release them. Let them go. Okay. Yeah, this person is going to finally go through that awakening, that metamorphosis you probably always dreamt of, wanted, or needed, or whatever, right? When it came to the two of you. However, for some of y'all, it's a little too late. You know what I'm saying? Because you are a different person. And it won't even feel right entertaining that again. It won't look right. It won't feel right. It'll feel very uncomfortable because if it, when you decide to move on from a situation, a person, whatever, re-engaging with them is very uncomfortable. At least for me, it is. It can be very uncomfortable because, hold on, there's a reason why we weren't vibing, gelling the way we were. Now here we are. How can we possibly get back to the way we were? Like how? You know what I'm saying? And yeah, that person may be awakened because a lot of avoidant people don't their emotions don't show up until you close the door. Till you've decided you don't want it anymore. You know what I'm saying? Till you get that ache and you're so disappointed and done with even disappointment, you numb now. Now you numb. Now you don't care. Like it ain't nothing they could do to trigger you no more. It's kind of like, you know this person's playing mental games with you, trying, to see if you care. Everything they do is about seeing if you care, but nothing is about them showing up and showing like they really care. Not the fake shit, not the mask shit. I'm talking about really genuinely anticipating your needs, supporting what you got going on, loving on you, being, not letting that mask fall because it's not there no more. Like this person, your person has not gone through their metamorphosis yet, okay? They haven't. So if you reconnect with this person anytime soon, without proof of that change, they're going to take you through a cycle that's 10 times worse than what you ever been through. Because this person's goal and motive is to not be abandoned by you. Yeah, you already know the tricks. You've seen them all. What else can you do with that? Nothing. I mean, that's my opinion. You can't do anything with it. You know what I'm saying? Tell me more, Spirit. I like this guy. I'll play another video before we go because he's talking about choosing the peace that belongs to you. And this person can't provide you peace because they don't have peace within. All this person knows is war, chaos, and conflict. The only peace they know is you. That's what Spirit said. You are the only peace that they know. Says, I watched you walk away and choose you. Now I want to do the same and be consistent. So now your person is like, no, you're not gonna come back. They realized in hindsight they watched you walk away. This is somebody that may have walked out of your life, moved on from you, and thought they were the one discarding you when you let them walk away. You didn't fight them. You didn't try to convince them of anything. You didn't warn them. You just let it go. When they turn and walk away, that's good luck. Good luck, Chuck. And this person is kind of like, well, wait a minute. Did you just let me walk away? Yeah, you did. Tell me more, Spirit. They do. I know I have to take action, but what do I do? Will you accept me as I am? Yeah, this person, they know they got to take action, but they want to give you a dirty offer because they don't really know what it is that you require. This person doesn't know love. They don't. And they don't know commitment and consistency to you. You know, they could be brainwashed, bamboozled by somebody else to be consistent to them, but they're not consistent to you. Okay. So they want to take action, but they don't know what because you're not giving off what it is you would want or desire from this person, and they know it because you don't feel the need to do that. My karmic partner is feeling the effects of trying to mess with our union. They're desperate for relief. I feel like your person may be telling this karmic how they feel about you, and if it's not direct, it's in some way. It's like somebody who throws your name up in somebody's face if they're blatant like that. If they're subtle, it's just the distance. You know, this person is easily distracted or annoyed with that person and not engaged with them in a way that used to be. And you can tell, you already know. Somebody go cold on you, you know what they about. Tell me more, Spirit. They said, I can't move on. I feel like we have unfinished business. I know you feel the same. Yeah, I know they do. This person is an avoidant that's just now waking up, going through a metamorphosis, going through a change. This person is where you needed them when you cared. Spirit said this person is where you needed them to be, but when you actually cared, right? So a little too late because you don't care the way you used to care. Now, I'm not saying you don't care about the person in general, but I think that you are no longer concerned, I would say. So, yeah, now they're getting to the point where they needed to be when you were actually concerned. But Spirit says if you show too much concern to this person, they'll take it for granted too. Tell me more. I think they may be somebody who likes emotionally unavailable people. Yeah, this person keeps tabs on you by any means possible. Social media, friends, tarot, dreams, magic, family work, you name it, I watch you. Any way they can watch you, they watch you. Bottom of the deck. I'm gaining the courage to change and walk away from what no longer serves me. Well, listen, I'm gonna tell you, it's in the cards right there with separation, destruction, in Dark Night of the Soul. But I'm going to tell you what has been repeating is whatever this person's situation is, they are at a point of no return. What that means is that the house that they live in, they can't go back to, or they can't have, or they can't maintain, or something like that. Um, the relationships that they were in are falling apart, and you can't put that back together. The friendships are breaking off. There's family squabbles and arguments. Um, they gaining the courage, but again, sometimes it's dollar too late or whatever, a day late and dollar short, so to speak. Uh-huh. Yeah, this jellyback activity. Coward, coward, coward. You trigger me and I don't like it. I need to work on that before we talk again. So you trigger this person. You get the reaction out of them that they didn't expect. You know what I'm saying? Because now they're reacting to you, but you ain't reacting to them. Now you over it and they're not. But you're over it and they aren't. This person is kind of like, huh, I didn't expect to feel this way about this person. You know what I'm saying? They ain't expect to feel that way about you. All right, let's pay one more, homeboy.
They say they're just unsure,
Oh, yeah.
but they're sure enough to keep you close.
This one.
Sure enough to benefit from your softness, from your generosity, from your giving. Just not sure enough to commit to it. Mixed signals aren't confusion.
Oh, wait.
They're
That's the one I just. Isn't that the one we first saw? Hold on. Oh, wait. This the one.
You weren't hard to love. You were just the truth too heavy for their hollow hands. Some people don't walk away from you. They walk away from the mirror you unknowingly held up. Because when your presence reflects what they've avoided in themselves, they confuse discomfort with danger. They blame the light for what it reveals. And they wanted your peace, but not your process, your vulnerability, but not your voice, your loyalty, but without the responsibility of being known. But before we make it all about them, let's be honest. Sometimes we weren't ready either. Sometimes we didn't just scare them, we exhausted them. Because what we call standards were really unhealed expectations. And what we call depth was sometimes disguised survival. We wanted to be chosen, but were we safe to be close to? Were we whole enough to offer love, or just hoping someone else could feel what we refused to face? This is not about blame, it's about awakening. Because healing doesn't start with, they hurt me. It starts with, where was I still bleeding when I met them? Still, you weren't sent to be consumed. You were sent to be consecrated, set apart, sacred, whole. In every real connection, there is a triangle: you, them, and God. And when someone disconnects from Him, they will eventually disconnect from you too. Because divine connection cannot survive on human efforts alone. So stop questioning your worth just because someone couldn't carry what you carry. But also look inward. And what parts of you need rerouting, recentering, refining? Because love isn't just what we give, it's what we prepare, steward. And here's the part that no one tells you: you weren't just the message, you were the place of surrender. But sometimes we turn our backs on the very ground where we were supposed to leave our ego behind. You weren't.
Yeah, I like him. I like this young guy. You know, with that video, and I just randomly heard it. I haven't heard all his messages. I came across one or two before I just found his page. Um, we have a level of responsibility in these connections, okay? And as much as we want to point the finger and say, this person didn't do this, they didn't do that, they didn't do this, we also gotta look at the three pointing back at us because, again, we allowed certain things to happen. We allowed those cycles to repeat. We allowed the hurt to happen repeatedly. I don't mean like the first time somebody shysted you or even the second time because a lot of times you don't there's red flags blazing and you get your little feelings hurt and then you go, maybe that wasn't what I thought it was. And I can, they like he said, ain't no blaming. You want to know. Like you test the waters a little bit till you find out. But when it has occurred so many times, the accountability has to also become yours. You have to take ownership of what you have allowed to continue to happen to you. You can't get mad if somebody's like, well, I mean, what you gonna do about it? And you decide that you do nothing. Like no one can force you to change. No one can fix it for you if you're going to keep allowing it. And yes, many are mentally abused and manipulated, emotionally abused. All of that is true and possible, at the same time. But there has to be some sort of fight within you that would allow you to pull yourself out of that situation. And if in fact you don't, you remain the victim. And at that point, if you know what's going on, you know you're being victimized, and you don't, there's no way out of it. Like this person's not going to get any better. Yeah, you got to take that responsibility for you. Right, exactly. Fire to kill. I know that's right. Stay where you at. Uh huh. Seriously. Uh oh. I went back. Yeah. And when you got somebody in your life and they kind of like they just, especially somebody that got you in a third party or is attempting to keep you into a third party situation, you gotta return them to sender, or you know what I'm saying, give them back, or you know what I'm saying, let them stay where they are. I was listening to this girl's spooky stories. I'm telling Carmen, I think about it yesterday. Rebecca, she does spooky story. I don't think that's her real name, but anyway, she talked about a woman who was with a man who, for 5 years, they've been through a lot. Whatever the lot is, I don't know. She didn't specify, and she allowed a friend to come live there, um, because the person was homeless, and she just felt like, I know you for college, and I can't see that happen to you. She let this woman in. And then she ended up getting a great job with an airline and came back early one time to find the two of them, getting it in. So she put the girl out, but decided to work on a relationship with him after, fussing at him. She also decided to do spell work. Now, how you receive that is how you receive that. But she went to see somebody to put something on this man, and it altered the relationship for a period of time. But the person explained to her, when you do this type of stuff, when you playing with somebody's free will, eventually they can resent you, or something else could happen, and I guess something started to shift. There was arguments, there was problems, blah 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 blah, blah. She did it again, and it got to the point where this man, right after she had a baby for him, started putting hands on her. You know, now he's trying to hurt her for whatever reason every day. He want to hurt her, and it was impacting her child. After 2 months, the child was sickly. The mother, her mother, which is the grandmother of the child, took the child for a little while, and as soon as the child was away from the environment, the child started to heal and get better. She, on the other hand, eventually started getting sick, and she went to see somebody again, and they basically told her, like, you are sick because of what she's doing. She's trying to push you out. First it went to your child, now it's going directly to you. And leaving this person is probably the best bet. So she eventually did, because it was just getting worse and worse. And she redirected whatever the person did, they redirected the energy of his focus to the girl that wanted him. And he ended up with her. She said she ended up seeing him. I guess she stalked his social, and she said that, or her social rather, and saw that her face was black and blue thanks to him. Or she was trying to hide it. I don't know, but it was crazy. And she was fixated on that situation to the point where, now mind you, many years have gone by. She's waiting for an opportunity to get back with him once he leaves the side piece, who are their original side piece, put it that way. And even Rebecca was telling the story, was like, go heal, sis. Like, go heal, for real, for real. Go heal. We got to ask ourselves, why do we want somebody who's been around the bend, doing all kinds of things, play it from Himalaya, or whatever the case may be, whatever they into, they doing it over because they're choosing it. Whatever they're going through, whatever they're doing, they're choosing it. Why are you choosing that drama? Why are you choosing the chaos? Why? Get you a hobby, get you a sport of some type. Get you something else to do. Why would you want somebody in your life who is committed to playing games, who's committed to, you know what I'm saying, getting on your nerves and, I don't know, causing you to owe money and your life not be in order and you become unstable, you know what I'm saying, unstable with them around. Y'all got to be careful out here. Y'all got to be careful with these people. You got to start calling judgment on these people and come, you know what I'm saying, out of that hopeful ass energy of somebody that hasn't demonstrated what you need to feel love, to be loved. That hopefulness is not going to give you what you're looking for. They either are or they aren't. Whatever that is that to you, they either are or they're not. And it's best that you face the reality of what they are and realize, because the spirit redirected you for a reason. It's because something else is better on the horizon. Leave them in them dusty situations that they in, because this is what they chose. It's not about them choosing it over you. This is what they want because they're there in it. Leave them in their happy place. Even if they claim they're miserable, leave them in the place they chose to be. Because what they coming to you for, right? If they coming towards you, 9 times out of 10, they coming to pull on your emotions. They coming to stress you out. But they ain't coming for no genuine love. They're not coming to love on you. They're not coming to support you. They're coming to be supported. They're coming to be helped. They got destruction in their life and separation. I'm hearing separation anxiety. They got stress. So whatever situation that they're in that's not going well, they would bleed that over to you if you let them. Let's say twin flame. So this person feels like they have a bond with you, and that you feel like you have a bond with them. They feel like they can't just let this go. Okay? that this may be past life energy or something, but y'all have known each other for a very long time, and this person don't want to let that go. They feel completely tied to you in some way. Tell me more. Abundance, yeah. Keep a positive mindset. Manifest exactly what you want. Yeah. Spirit is telling you to keep a positive mindset and keep it moving. Whereas this person, I honestly feel like they see you as their abundance. Short and simple. Tell me more. Girl talk. Yeah. You out with friends, moving on. You happy, you single, you living in the moment, and you having fun. They don't like that. I'm telling you right now. Tell me more, Spirit. Not today. That's the challenging lesson. While this person is experiencing their metamorphosis and going through this awakening, they are not able to communicate. They might be a little jealous, a little angry over being jealous, but none of it's going to make sense at all. The rudder. Yeah, it says runner in a codependent relationship, fear intimacy, listening to ego. Let them go. And wedding rings. Union, wedding, marriage, soul connections, eternal love, everlasting. Listen, I do feel like this person feels like they have an everlasting connection with you, that you are promised to them. You may have promised something to them, but I feel like you are over the promises that made because this person didn't hold up their end of the bargain. You know what I'm saying? Whatever you asked them to be, to do, to say, to whatever, they haven't done it. They're unwilling to do it. I'm getting, hey, I'm going to get back to it when I get back to it type energy. I'm going to do this, or if I feel like it kind of energy. I mean, take it how it resonate, y'all. If it don't resonate, don't take it, but listen to this before we go.
I know you've been hurt. I have too. But I can't let what I've been through allow me to become something that's just not me. Please, communicate with me. When I've crossed a line you never told me existed. When something I said triggered a scar I didn't know you carried. Don't shut down on me. Let me apologize without the ego. Let me learn without being punished. Let me evolve into someone who doesn't just love with good intentions, but with emotional intelligence. Pride will have us performing strength while silently aching for connection. We act like we don't need anyone, but our patterns reveal otherwise. We ghost, then grieve. We detach, then overthink. We push people away just to see who cares enough to stay. And the deeper truth, we crave connection, but only the kind that doesn't expose us. We say we want intimacy, but what we really want is protection disguised as love. And that's why we miss it. Because the person who wants to love you for real might not fit your highlight reel. They might not match your aesthetic, but they may match your calling. They may not give butterflies, but they may bring peace. They may not feed your ego, but they may feed your soul. Still, we reject them, not because they're wrong for us, but because they don't resemble our pain. And unhealed pain becomes our native language. We don't say, I'm afraid of being seen. We say, you're too intense. We don't say, I'm scared to be loved without conditions. We say, I'm not ready. But here's the irony. We're starving for connection while locking every door that leads to it. We say we want love, but we plant it in concrete, hoping something soft can grow out of the hardness we never addressed. And when nothing blooms, we blame the seed, never realizing it was the soil that refused to soften. I know.
Y'all, that's my new dude with his little too many videos. I like him. He's saving the world, okay? But back to the read, y'all. Your person is a runner. So I want to say, I want to reiterate, I want to bring it home that this person has not changed. They're in your energy because they see you running away. They see you moving away. They see you more, less triggered. Um, yeah, they just see you differently because you are showing up in your life differently. And yeah, you gotta take it how it resonates, y'all. If it don't resonate with you, it's cool. Don't take it. You know what I'm saying? Like, share, and subscribe. Just know what you're dealing with. You know what I'm saying? And maybe it's for you, no backseas. I can't do that anymore because it did not work out. It was unhealthy. And you have not shown me anything different. Again, money and career don't make a person change. It really don't. Some people do, especially men believe that, but that's usually their upbringing and conditioning what make them think, well, if I got the most outstanding career, listen, you can be the wealthiest man on the face of the earth and still be a twad that can't keep a relationship. You know what I'm saying? So again, you got to go with what spirit gave you to redirect your energy, go a new direction, refocus on you. You know what I'm saying? Good communication skills. Don't worry about this person and their abandonment issues. I think you've worried enough. If you worry, don't pray. If you pray, don't worry. Let them go. They'll be fine. You know, you'll be fine. And it is what it is. So thank you for coming to the channel. Please like, share, and subscribe. Y'all don't be out here entertaining this foolishness, okay? I'm challenging y'all. Don't be out here entertaining foolishness. You deserve much better. Okay? I'll try to be on tomorrow night. If I can't, just know that I'm getting rest. I'm going, no, I'm up from 5 something in the morning. And I don't go to bed till maybe when I come off a line or whatever. So I'm exhausted. I got other duties and stuff. So anyway, like I said, take it how it resonates. If it don't resonate, don't take it. Like, share, subscribe. Have a good night, y'all. And I'll talk to y'all later. Peace.